People say that Bitcoin is a bubble.
It's a speculative bubble.
It's certainly a bubble.
It's gonna come cave in. It's almost a guarantee.
I disagree, but you don't have to take my word for it. Let's take a look at two of the most famous bubbles in history, and then you can make up your own mind. The Dutch tulip bubble is considered the most famous bubble ever.
I'm some kind of bubble boy.
More famous.
God, this is amazing.
No, less famous. In the 1600s, Dutch people lost their completely over tulips. Imagine if a pog f***ed a Beanie Baby. Like, that's how crazy people were over tulips. Tulip prices skyrocketed, and when the demand wasn't there anymore, the bubble burst. So is Bitcoin the new tulips? I don't think so. For starters, tulips were never a groundbreaking innovation, and they were also never regulated or limited in supply in any meaningful way. Tulips are like babies. You can literally make one by accident. So that brings us to the dot-com bubble of the 90s. While the dot-com bubble was sparked by the advent of the internet and web browsers, and those were definitely game changers, the actual bubble surrounded overvalued stock in crappy companies and not the internet itself. So here are the arguments that people make that Bitcoin is a bubble. Number one, Bitcoin's just a clever fad, like landing strips on porn stars in the 80s. But while fads come and go, Bitcoin's been around for close to a decade, and it looks like its brand is still getting stronger. Argument number two, Bitcoin is too volatile. And while it is volatile, all new technology goes through growing pains when inefficiencies are inevitably worked out over time. Argument number three, Bitcoin's unregulated. This simply isn't true. Bitcoin already falls under existing financial regulations as a publicly traded security, and regulation is baked into the Bitcoin protocol itself. So is Bitcoin a bubble? Sound off in the comments and let us know what you think. I'm Keren Margolis for eBit News.